Hi folks, Jeff Lakeman here, down in Devon, and welcome to Shrewsbury Virtual Folk Festival. Big thank you first of all to Sandra Surtees for making this happen. What a worry for all the festival organisers this year. This time last year I was up there in Shrewsbury in Mick Ryan's Folk Opera, and I had a solo concert in that sweltering big top, 1,000 people. Wish we were there now. Let's hope we can all get back to normal next summer. The first act I'm going to introduce tonight, extraordinary, Will Pound. Met him at Dartmoor Folk Festival a couple of years ago. He was playing the melodeon in a corner. I didn't even bother to get my squeeze boxes out. And then, of course, he picked up the harmonica, and I was mesmerised. He is a wizard. He's just been around about 27 countries in Europe, picking up tunes, folk tunes. He's a musical magpie. And the great thing is he's teamed up with Phoebe Reese, who's one of the young wonders of the folk scene. She's just been awarded one of the Alan Surtees grants. Alan, I didn't know well, but he was a co-founder of this festival, and these grants are awarded as a memorial to him. She's a very, very worthy winner. Phoebe, I did some concerts with you at Upton-on-Severn last year. Great fiddle player, great singer, fantastic warmth. Two of them together are going to be very magical. So pin your ears back, get your wine. I've got the other festival supplies we all need, and a bit of Devon cider. So enjoy Will Pound and Phoebe Reese.
much, guys. Phoebe, do you want to introduce those tunes for us? Oh, my name is Will Pound and this is Phoebe Reese.
Hello. Hello, Shrewsbury Folk Festival.
Yeah, thank you very much.
They were 2 tunes. The first one was Norwegian Halling, and the second was a tune from Holland. And we're going to go on and play a set of Scottish tunes now. A march called Heights of Casino, and then into a strathspey called Airdranters, and finishing off with a reel called Break Your Bass Drone.
We hope you're enjoying the virtual Shrewsbury Folk Festival and all the other performances that are going on, and hopefully we'll be back next year, all being well. And a massive thanks to Sandra for putting this all together. It's an amazing job. everyone. Glad you enjoyed that set. Oh,
We have a wandering set list.
should we shut the window?
Probably a good idea. I'll shut it while you introduce the next tune if you want.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're going to do some jigs now. So we're going to do some jigs. The first one is one that I wrote myself, which is currently nameless actually, because it wasn't written that long ago. And then I'll get you to introduce the other jig.
Well, the other jig.
The other jig that's nameless that is written by Phoebe.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
And then we're going to finish off with a tune by Sharon. What's that one called?
It's on her album with Alan Connor under the title track, not title track, under the track Sandy River Bell.
Sandy River Bell, right. Cool, we hope you enjoy these jigs. Okay, 3, 4. I love that tune so much. It's so great.
Love that tune.
It's
Thank
brilliant.
you, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon, for that awesome music. It's great.
Let's slow it down a bit now, Will.
Yeah, I think we should. So yeah, we're going to play a hymn now. Well, it's not a hymn, but it is sort of written in the structure of a hymn. This tune, and this is one of my tunes, and we hope you enjoy it. It's a nice, slow, kind of chill tune. So.
Okay, so we're going to carry on with the song now, and it's an Appalachian song called Mole in the Ground.
very much. Hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Okay, so we're going to do our last set, and this is a set of tunes. The first two tunes, and the first one is a tune called Arkansas Traveller, and the second one, that's from America, and then the tune we're going to play straight after that is a cracking Northumbrian tune called the Hesley-side Reel. And we hope you enjoy these, and we hope you enjoyed the concert. And yeah, big thanks to Sandra for putting together all of this stuff and keeping the festival going virtually. And we'll all be back next year. And yeah, it's great stuff.
Hi, Jeff Lakeman here again. So those of you who've seen me play live will know I have a penchant for Americana. That's why I thought I'd put on something a bit Western here, because the next act is Transatlantic, and I'm seriously looking forward to this. I've never seen them play live. I've had to look them up and see them online, and exquisite stuff. This is from Canada, this couple from Winnipeg. We're talking about the Canadian prairies here, and I think that gives a special quality to the music. You're talking about really well-picked guitar and banjo and seamless harmonies. Must be something to do with all that huge, great open space. That's what I love about American, Canadian, and Americana music. I'm not saying it doesn't exist in the English tradition, but there's a particular quality. So enjoy this as much as I did when I first heard it. This is Cara Luft and J.D. Edwards, who are known as Small Glories.
JD. Is that what you said?
I'm syncing it up.
All right.
JD2.
Hello, Shrewsbury Folk Festival.
Hello.
I'm Cara Luft.
My name is JD Edwards.
And we're the Small Glories. And we're coming to you live from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Yeah, right in the middle of the country.
And I don't know if people know this, the UKers, if they know that Winnipeg is very, very cold in the wintertime and very, very hot in the summertime.
It's a real city of extremes, for sure.
It sure is. We've been sweating all week long.
Yeah.
Heat warnings.
I would ask how you guys were doing, but no one is really able to talk back to us because we're doing this.
So, how are you?
Anyway, let's do some songs for these fine people.
Sing for you. This is a song called Oh My Love. 3, ha.
Darling, can you hear me? I'm calling your name on the mountainside. Your voice is soft and soothing. Haven't felt this way in a long, long time. Oh, my love, my dearest love. Oh, my body's aching. Oh, my soul is wide open, and my heart is breaking. I've been traveling over country, across the ocean. so good to be singing for people again, even though you guys are on the other side of a camera. But we sure are glad that these festivals, the Shrewsbury Festival, is still kind of doing something. It would be a shame if they just canceled and had done nothing, but the team has rallied together and has kept this thing alive, and we're just so grateful and honored to be a part of the Shrewsbury Festival. The first time that I went to England, I think we played the Shrewsbury Folk Festival. Kara had was on the bill, and she had invited me along. This was the early days of the Small Glories, and I have some fond memories of walking around in the rain and hanging out with the wonderful people in Shrewsbury and walking through the town. And I enjoyed the beer festival, and I enjoyed the ciders. So I have some fond memories of the Shrewsbury Folk Festival. I hope one day we can come back.
Yes, we'd love it in person.
In person.
We've played the Hive a few times in Shrewsbury.
Yeah, the Hive. Well, I have some stories.
You were like, I have fond memory. Okay, so my memory of you, Jide, at the Shrewsbury Folk Festival, because it was I think it was our very first gig, or second gig, after you had come to England. This was JD's first time to England, as you mentioned. And people would often say, you all right? You all right? Kind of like over here, we're like, how's it going, eh? Or how's it hanging? Or whatever. And JD was like, oh no, people keep asking me if I'm all right. And maybe something's wrong with me. And didn't you get really mad at somebody?
Well, no, I just was like, yeah, I'm fine. How are you? Or are you all right? I said, I don't know. I remember that person looked at me like, dude, that's just how we talk here, okay?
It was awesome.
Sorry, just getting used to it.
All right, we're going to sing a song for you called Sing.
I could sing for the money, I could sing for the praise, spitting out nothing, wasting time up on the stage. Good folks are bleeding freedom, denied their truth. One thing I can do is sing for you. Sing for the suffering working slaves, cast in a debt they can never repay. Sing for their oppressors who still believe it's either us or them, never harmony. Sing for the rebels who forgot their cause, dignity for all, whatever the cost. Who are looking at retirement, don't wanna be poor. But what about the children ravaged by war? I can sing for the money, I can sing for the praise, spitting out nothing, wasting time up on the stage. The folks are bleeding freedom, denied their truth. One thing I can do is sing for you. Sinners and hidden saints, lurking in the shadows, burdened with pain. Sing for a future free from the past. Sing for a living that's meant to last. Sing for togetherness and not the wall. Tears of human spirit are felt by all. Gotta do what I can, gotta live what I believe. Learn to love and wear it on my sleeve. I can sing for the money, I can sing for the praise, spitting out nothing, wasting time up on the stage. And folks are bleeding freedom, denied their truth. One thing I can do is sing for you. I can sing for the money, I can sing for the praise, spitting out nothing, wasting time up on the stage. And folks are bleeding freedom, denied their truth. One thing I can do is sing for you.
All right. JD, let's do a second hand for tuning purposes.
This is a song called Second Hand, and Normally, when we introduce this song while we're at shows and we have a little more time, we tell you a story that would make more sense had you been there. And we often tell the story of how we were in Australia a little while ago, and we found some trophies, and we ended up giving away some trophies at our concerts because, I don't know, we really wanted to celebrate our audience. And
The thing was that they were all little girl ballerina trophies.
oh yeah, they were ballerina trophies. We tore the name off of them, though, because those people didn't need them anymore, and nobody knew who they were, so they didn't feel they needed their names on there. But it was a hilarious time. We have fond memories of Australia and the people there and the festivals there. There's a lot of wonderful artists and people in Australia. So.
And they love to dance. The Aussies love to dance, so we'd often give these trophies
dance.
out at dance competitions.
Yeah, lots of dance parties.
So the next time we come to the UK, we're thinking people could show up at the gig with their football trophies or whatever, and you might be able to win them back at the end of the night. Although you guys might have to dance then, and I don't know. Have we ever had an English audience or a Welsh audience or a Scottish audience dance for us, JD, or with us? I don't seem to recall.
When we played, we've had a couple times. No, not a lot of people, but the odd time when we did the Bluegrass Festival and people, I think, were cutting
they
a
were
rug there a
dancing.
little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Shrewsbury, this is your chance. You guys could up it, up the game, and start dancing.
Right? Anyway, this is a song called Second Hand, and it goes like this: 3, 4. Begs you don't do justice. If you see the things I see, don't need to hear about it secondhand. You'll be there if you did to come along with me. I drove down the road this morning. The sun was at my back. Drove down to the cold, clear water. I passed the rundown fishing shack. Across the bay, the autumn leaves turn the hills to flame. A small bird just fluttered by, singing out your name. Maybe we could rent a boat, sail across the sunlit bay. You wrapped up in your winter coat, just to keep the wind away. I spend the afternoon saying nothing, and when the sun goes down, light a fire and drink some wine. Slowly drive back into town. The picture don't do it justice. If you can see the things I see, don't need to hear about it secondhand. You'll be there if you dare to come along with me. Oh yeah, yeah. Rolling into the city at night. Every street has a name. Remind me of the places that I've been to. It all begins to look the same, but suddenly the banners and the lights, my mind begins to change. The humming and the feeling at the center of town, it keeps calling out your name. I wish that you could tag along. I sit beside me at a restaurant. I'm drinking whiskey till 3 in the morning, singing harmony on that karaoke song. Yeah, going on, come on, baby, come on. I'm going on and on and on. The picture don't do it justice. If you can see the things I see, don't need to hear about it secondhand. You'll be there if you dare to come along with me. Picture don't do it justice. If you can see the things I see, don't need to hear about it secondhand. You'll be there if you dare to come along with me. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody.
I was having a wardrobe malfunction. I was starting to, show off a little bit of extra Cara, which made me think of my of the time that I had a letter addressed to Clara Lust, which is not my name, and
It's not?
it would become a whole new show if my name was Clara Lust. JD, let's do No Friend, and then we'll go into for
Yeah.
tuning purposes. Okay.
Sort of pre-tuning.
Yeah, no, pre-tuning. Pre-tuning is good. We tune because we care. I once had a psychologist in an audience in Germany tell me that I had some psychological problems because I would never look at the audience between songs. 'Cause I was always tuning. I was always looking down. And he came up to me after the show, all concerned. He said, "Well, the music was great, but you have some problems making eye contact with the audience. I think you should see a therapist about that." Well, I never.
But you never went to see anybody.
I never did, because I said, "Well, I'm tuning my guitar," but I don't think that he believed me. I think that was maybe the problem.
Had you had perfect pitch?
Or had I not been using, we use all these alternative tunings, had I
that's
not,
true.
Yeah, Anyways.
We need roadies. We need people to tune our stuff for us. Or is that too lazy bones?
No, it's nice. But then that's a question that I feel like a lot of artists are asking themselves. What happens when we bring people out on the road now? What do we all do? Drive in a van with a mask? It's a question for you guys. What are you guys doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, it would be very nice to have somebody tune our guitar and drive. Really, that's what we want. Next time we come to the UK, we want somebody to drive.
Yeah.
This is a song called No Friend of Mine. All right, Jade, you good?
I think so.
Well, wardrobe malfunction. JD needs a t-shirt sponsorship. More than
Well,
a
not a
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
No, what is that? A
This
performing
is just a proper.
performing shirt.
If there's any cowboy shirts in Shrewsbury, send one to me.
Down by the river and the old oak tree, I burned a letter that you mailed to me. Watched it spin and fly away, and opened up a brand new day without you. A new day of standing still, 'cause you're no friend of mine. You tore up my heart, you robbed me blind. I'm cutting you from my life, 'cause you're not worth my time. Down by the river and the old oak tree, I dug a grave and I dug it deep. Buried all the things that you gave to me. And now I'm finally free of your sting. Free of the burden you wear to me. 'Cause you're no friend of mine. You tore up my heart, you robbed me blind. Now I'm cutting you from my life, 'cause you're not worth my time.
I made a promise I intend to keep. Told myself that I'd never be fooled if I should come across that likes of you. No, I would never be made a fool, 'cause you're no friend of mine. Tore up my heart, you robbed me blind. Now I'm cutting you from my life, 'cause you're not worth my time. You're no friend of mine. Tore up my heart, you robbed me blind. Now I'm cutting you from my life, 'cause you're not worth my time. No, I would never be made a fool, 'cause you're no friend of mine. You're no friend of mine. You're no friend of mine. You're no friend of mine.
Nice. Well, thank you for tuning in and listening to us sing some songs for you guys. Heartfelt thanks to all the folks at the Shrewsbury Folk Festival for inviting us to take part
Yes, thank you.
in this. And hopefully venues will still be around when this is done. If you haven't had a chance, maybe see if there's a way that you can support your local or regional venues. Maybe there's some other online events that you can support financially or just by spreading the word. We all need live music. We need art and theater. A lot of creativity, and a lot of organizations are suffering as well as musicians and performers. So I was going to do a little shout out for these Aston Origin microphones that were
Ooh, Aston Origin. Oh, these things are...
made in England.
They're made in England, and they're fantastic. We each got one of these a few months ago.
And they're
When that-
kind
when
of
that-
matching, except mine's a different color today.
Kara's is black and mine is this silver. The beautiful steel. I like them. I didn't even know you could get a black one like
I
that.
didn't know either.
Unless is there something on it? Maybe there's like a shell on it or something. Anyway, they're really cool. And apparently you can move the grill around. Like you can shift it around. I don't know why, but I think it's just the way that it's made, the design. But anyway, these are fantastic, and we certainly do love our
We love
Aston Origins.
We love that we're finally figuring out how to build home studios of sorts. I'm going to say
Yeah.
home studios. We're both got some gear at home. Although really, this is one of our favorite places in the city to come and do stuff. This is our friend's studio, Paintbox, and our dear friend Lloyd Peterson is our engineer, and he's back in there.
He's right back in there. It's hard to see, maybe.
It's hard to see him, but he's there, and he's magical.
He's waving. He was.
I think he's been involved on all of our records in some capacity, and in honor of our adopted home city of Winnipeg, we would like to invite you to all come visit us when it's safe to come and visit us, although we have very, very low COVID counts here.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
Manitoba is not a place that people want to go, apparently. Anyways, this is a song that JD and I wrote about our love for our adopted home city of Winnipeg. Should we invite them to sing today?
Sure. Would you all sing with us, please? The words are real easy. It's just the word sing.
No, it's the sun.
Oh. It's the sun. Sorry.
It's
We
the
did
heat.
that earlier.
We sang sing song, and now we're gonna sing Winnipeg. And
Sorry. Let's do this.
all right, should we teach them the chorus to start? 1, 2, 3.
It's the sun. It's the sun.
We're encouraging you to sing along right now. We wish we could hear you. Yeah, sounds great.
In the heart of the continent, Ancient rhythm flows through the land. Carve the trails that led me here. All the songs that called us out, old traditions and word of mouth. Heard it calling from the east to the west. Took my roots on the old highway, traveled for about 2 or 3 days. Wrote a song with a new sound. Look at me now, I'm Winnipeg bound. It's the socials at the hall, watching bombers playing ball. It's the Sunday night cruise down on Portage Avenue. It's the Northern Lights, it's the snowplows at night. It's your parka and your toque, it's the way you wear your boots. And it's the sun. It's the sun. It's the rivers of life from the north end of town. It's a gathering place, this is Treaty 1 ground. It's remembering Riel, it's that tasty Crown Royale. It's the gateway to the west, it's Métis, English and French. And it's the sun. It's the sun. Hey!
Winnipeg, known for mosquitoes and canoes and worms from the trees.
It's Mr. Young and the Guess Who. It's mosquitoes and canoes. It's the harvest in the field. It's another record yield. It's the Jetsman and gold. It's always 35 below. It's the music and the vibe where a spirit comes alive. And it's the sun on the prairies lifting up my soul. I was lost on the land, but now I know that it's the sun on the prairies lifting up my soul. I was lost on the land, but now I know that it's the sun on the prairies lifting up my soul. I was lost on the land, but now I know that it's the sun on the prairies lifting up my soul. I was lost on the land, but now I know, hey, in the heart of the continent, ancient rhythm flows through the land. Carve the trails that led me. Hey. All the songs that called us out, old traditions and word of mouth. Heard it calling from the east to the west.
Hey, thanks everybody for listening. I'm
Thank
Kara
you.
Luff, this is JD, and we're the Small Glories.
Yeah. So long for now.
Hi, Jeff Lakeman again. Well, the sign says access all areas, and that's what we're giving you. We started out my section here with something very English and European, and we've had something transatlantic. Now something very exotic, Asian, and this is Shima Mukherjee, a sitar player. She also plays the bass, and a composer. She's traveled the world. Her beginnings were with her uncle, who was a master of Hindustani classical music, and she somehow welded that into Western music. And you might know her from playing in the Imagine Village project and the Trans Global Underground. She's a great solo performer, as you're going to see. But she's collaborated with amazing people like Sir John Taverner, you know, in his great choral works and orchestral works. Noel Gallagher, Martin Carthy, of course, Courtney Pine. She's in that sort of world class. And the sitar is such a bewitching instrument, But she talks about her music, and you'll realise it has a very spiritual quality, like a lot of that Indian, Asian music. So please enjoy this. It's Seema Mukherjee.
Hi everybody, my name is Seema Mukherjee, and this is my living room, this is my sitar, and I was due to be performing at the Shrewsbury Folk Festival this year. Unfortunately, as you'll probably know, it's been cancelled. But thank you to the organisers for inviting me to do this little mini performance for you all. I hope you enjoy it. Unfortunately, the band can't be here. They are here in spirit on the backing track. So my first track is Sikkim Girls. next track is called Eleanor. This is my last track, and it's called Back in the Good Old Days, and it is a bit of fake news about how my mum and dad met. Thank you very much. That was my last track. And thank you again for listening, and to the Shrewsbury Folk Festival for giving me this opportunity to do this mini performance in my living room. Next year I'll be doing 2 shows at the festival. One is going to be more classical based or raga based. The meaning of the word raga, it's a Sanskrit word, and it means to colour the emotion. And the second performance will be a mixture again of East and West. So hopefully I'll see you there. Lots of love and stay well. Bye.
Well, I'm enjoying this. Hope you are too. We're going to have another touch of the maple leaf now. And much to my delight, we're going to go back across to Canada. And there's another guy I haven't seen in the flesh, but I've heard about. Stephen Fairing. Interesting guy. Actually born in Vancouver, probably my favourite city in the world, but brought up in Dublin. Went to school with guys who ended up in a band called U2. Wonder what happened to them. But he's a roots singer-songwriter, written a lot of solo stuff, well known for his work in a duo with Andy White, Fearing and White, very well known, and also even better known as a member of the band Blackie and the Rodeo Kings. I mean, they've played with some big names. He's collaborated with Richard Thompson, Sarah McLachlan, Emmylou Harris, Nick Lowe. He's got pedigree, this boy, although he humbly calls himself a troubadour, a gypsy with a driving license is what he says. Anyway, if you like well-played guitar and meaningful, well-thought-out songs, lend an ear to Stephen Fairing.
I don't want to live in a blowhard nation with the king in a tinselly crown. When the whole thing wobbles and the wheels come off, you know what's gonna go down. It's the same sad story about the power and the glory and the big shots living uptown. It's the old rat race, so get ready for the chase. The fat cats are gaining ground. I got up this morning and I grabbed me a paper to read up on the low down. The front page feature was a weird-looking creature with a rug and a jowly frown. Some of my sinister neighbors are rattling the sabers and the circus is coming to town. It's like a bad tattoo when there's nothing you can do. I could sure use a stiff drink now. Almighty, but there ain't no spine in the words. And when they talk of resurrection, they're thinking the election is the saddest thing I ever heard. And the whole debate has a sickening weight, like a steer when the hammer comes down. When you see the cross, you better get lost. They're gonna burn something down. I don't wanna live in a blowhard nation with the king in a tinselly crown. When the whole thing wobbles and the wheels come off, you know what's gonna go down. It's the same old story about the power and the glory and the big shot living uptown. It's the old rat race, so get ready for the chase, 'cause the fat cats are gaining ground. Breadline's growing and the headlines crowing is as bad as it's ever been. They're all talking while the whole town's walking down the boulevard. pick hanging off of a plow. But make no mistake, when they're showing you the cake, they never let you eat it now. I don't want to live in a blowhard nation with the king in a tinselly crown. When the whole thing wobbles and the wheels come off, you know what's gonna go down. There's the same sad story about the power and the glory, the big shot living uptown. It's the old rat race, get ready for the chase, the fat cats are gaining ground. I make no mistake, when they're showing you the cake, they never let you eat it now.
Hi, Shrewsbury, and thank you for inviting me to your virtual fest. I am privileged to be part of this, at least, if not there in person, and I really wish I was there in person for the festival, which is magnificent, but also for the town itself. I just love whenever I've had days off and touring the UK, if I'm anywhere close to Shrewsbury, I'll try and get a hotel for the night, just because it's a lovely place to be. So I'm sorry I'm not there with you in person, but I will be next year with Blackie and the Rodeo Kings, and hopefully with the Sentimentals as well, my pals from Denmark that I've had the pleasure of performing with over the years. Anyway, here we are, and I figured I'd start with Blowhard Nation, since living in Canada is a bit like living in an apartment above a crystal meth lab, and what's going on to the south is, well, it's just mind-blowing, really. And I wrote that tune in 2016 when You Know Who was elected, and it was a bit of a jokey song at the time. I wrote it really tongue-in-cheek. I remember I was listening to a lot of Merle Haggard, and that tune came out, and well, it's proven to be kind of prophetic in a way, in a sad way. The rest of the songs I'm going to play today are from a release I put out just before Christmas called The Unconquerable Past. And I'll explain the title when I get to that tune. But here's a song that probably doesn't need much of an intro. It's called Someone Else's Shoes.
Outside the world is crying, breaks my heart in two. 'Cause no one is an island, better walk in someone else's shoes. 'Cause we don't really see each other, we don't even trust the truth. Is the old divide and conquer, eye for an eye and tooth for tooth. Heaven help the privileged ones who never felt the blues. 'Cause you won't find the road to love till you walk in someone else's shoes. Walk in someone else's shoes. walking someone else's shoes. Well, I ran so fast for years, thought the price was tears, and running was the key. I looked for love and comfort everywhere. I learned to stare, but I never learned to see. And I was playing some casino, and there you were, beside the spinning wheel of fortune, my rhinestone girl. When I was young and innocent, I mostly felt just awkward and naive. And I wanted to be older, with my coat slung on my shoulder, my heart on my sleeve. When I finally found the stillness in myself, I started wondering just how many years were left upon the shelf. Time paints a lullaby with gold on the river till the rivers run dry. Time is a long goodbye. It's a taker and a giver. It's a slow dance, and we all want more time. We made a love among the ruins. We made music out of all that history. We found joy as the summer waned and winter blew the leaves off of the trees. And we measured all the sweetness that we found against the bitter times of waiting till the good times come around. Time paints a lullaby with gold on the river till the rivers run dry. Time is a long goodbye. It's a taker and a giver. It's a slow dance, and we all want more time. Heaven is a feeling, it's a peaceful Sunday morning cup of tea. It's my shelter from the storm when I know the storm is waiting for me. And when I'm far away and down to the bone, trying to sing my way to heaven, trying to get back home. It's a lullaby with gold on the river till the rivers run dry. Time is a long goodbye. It's a taker and a giver. It's a slow dance, and we all want more time.
So that was Gold on the River, and I just turned the delay off. The next selection is a tune called Christine. Christine is my wife's name, and it's also one of those great rock and roll names. It rhymes with Queen, gasoline, and it also might in a pinch make you think of Stephen King, and all perfect. By the way, if you're wondering about the edits in between songs, I'm saving you the sonic pain of watching me tune and listening to me tune. Anyway, this is Christine. I'll put the delay back on now.
Christine, my rodeo queen. Christine, my rodeo queen. She got a heart full of soul and a soul full of gasoline. I was sleeping on the couch, I was eating humble pie, until I learned to see the things she's saying with her eye. Christine, my rodeo queen. She got a heart full of soul and a soul full of gasoline. My woman's like a tea bag, you throw her in the pot, but you never know how strong she gets until the water's hot. Christine, my rodeo queen. She got a heart full of soul and a soul full of gasoline. All right. She's my coffee and I tell you why. Enough caffeine to make a dead man fly. I think about the gals that I knew before they got the real fireworks start the Third World War. Christine, 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 Christine. She got a heart full of soul, a soul full of gasoline. All right. Coffee and I'll tell you why. Enough caffeine to make a dead man fly. I think about the gals that I knew before they got the real fireworks start the Third World War. Christine, 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 Christine. She got a heart full of soul, a soul full of gasoline. She loved me like a river, she loved me like the rain. I was dying in the desert like a dog on a chain. Christine, my rodeo queen. She got a heart full of soul, a soul full of gasoline. She got a heart full of soul, a soul full of gasoline. A heart full of soul, a soul full of gasoline.
So we come to the title cut, The Unconquerable Past. This is a phrase, it's a quote from a guy named Oscar Levant, who was a New York socialite, an early celebrity from the 50s, I believe. I think he passed away in the 70s, but he started his career as a concert pianist. I don't think he had a great deal of luck with that and went on to various other things, but he was sort of well known as a New York socialite, a bon vivant, the kind of guy you'd invite to your salon party. He would come and smoke all your cigars and drink all your whiskey and get more debauched as the night went on, and, you know, funny things would trip off his lips. So I came upon this quote in a book written by a guy named Patrick DeWitt, a Canadian author who's probably most famous for a book named The Sisters Brothers that was made into a movie. Well worth watching. Certainly the book is really good. I read his next book, which was called The French Exit, and that's where I came across this quote. And it just jumped off the page. You know, it was one of those phrases that as a songwriter, you always look for things that inspire. And I was in the process of beginning writing songs for this record, and the phrase really rang a bell for me. The other thing worth mentioning with this song is George Jones and A Good Year for the Roses. I really love that song, and I think it went into this one somehow. The Unconquerable Past.
the unconquerable past will put a hole in your future like a smithereen of glass, like a memory beneath the sutures. And the older we become, brave in all the slings and arrows, on the road to kingdom come, nobody can outrun the unconquerable past, the unimpeachable truth. Or is it just how we remember? 'Cause the plan was foolproof, and we all could have been contenders. Is this the beginning of the end, or just the end of the beginning? If there's something you regret, forgive, but don't forget the unconquerable past. The unconquerable past. Across the valley from the future, we drove that road so fast till the wheels came off our adventure, and we finally come to rest in some quiet part of nowhere, out of time and out of gas, like coming home at last to the unconquerable past. Is your present pretty tense? Is it all just too much for you? Does anything make sense? Or does everything just bore you? 'Cause it's all been done before, all the successes and the failures. So friend, take it on the chin, learn to start again with the unconquerable past. The unconquerable past. Across the valley from the future, oh, we drove that road so fast till the wheels came off our adventure, and we finally come to rest in some quiet part of nowhere, out of time and out of gas, like coming home at last to the unconquerable past.
So thanks for listening to me. I got one more song for you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching me with my little COVID haircut. Short back and sides. I've been playing festivals for 30-something years, and I was even married to an artistic director, so I know how much work goes into these things. All the volunteers, all the vendors, the sound crews, the logistics, coordinating all the hotel rooms, coordinating all the musicians, Musicians, it's like herding cats, you know. It takes a steady hand and a brave heart to put on a festival. And to all the people who were involved in Shrewsbury and all the decision makers who decided they had to pull the plug, which of course they had to, my heart goes out to you and much love. I know that next year will be bigger and better. It will be a wing ding. We will pitch a wang dang doodle next year, and I'm looking forward to it so much. In the meantime, thank you again for inviting me to your virtual fest. I got one more song. This is a tune called No Country, and it was written by my friend and my co-producer, Scott Nolan. Scott and I had been talking about writing together for years, so much so that I deliberately left a hole in the track list for this album, anticipating that we would write something. And when I got to Winnipeg to start the sessions, Scott gave me this quote-unquote song idea, and it was in fact this song, completely fully formed. And though it was tempting to, change one word in the chorus and take part of the song credit, I really didn't want to touch it because it's such a great song. So I'll leave you with this. It's sort of the perfect coda to the album, and it's a tune called No Country. There's a piece of my heart no country can claim. All I have in this world is my word and my name. But if I am so lucky to see you again, well, I'll be a fortunate one. There's a place in my mind, and it never forgets, that forgiveness, it might just be all that we get. If there's peace in this world, well, I ain't found it yet. Oh, but still, I'm a fortunate one. Oh, bring us, you're tired, and you're hungry, and you're poor. 'Cause if this isn't privilege, then what's it all for? When I stumble, heaven forbid I forget that I am a fortunate one. There's a piece of my heart no country can claim. All I have in this world is my word and my name.
You know what these festivals are like. You never know when it's going to rain. But I think it might hold off for my last offering. Can you believe that it was 2003 and a fresh-faced, very fresh-faced youth called Jim Murray, he burst on the scene. He'd been around the previous year or so, but he brought out an album called Sweet England, and it wouldn't be too much to say it really shook up the establishment and the trad folk world. It was an extraordinary achievement, and he won Best Album that year, I think, in the Folk Awards, and the Horizon Award for the Best Newcomer. And he's gone on to become, a feature of the scene, as we call it. Not just as a performer, fantastic producer, a burgeoning reputation as a producer. I particularly like what he did a couple of years ago with Chris Foster's Hadelin. shows a remarkable sensitivity for the tradition. I remember doing a concert with him down at Swanage when he was just sort of acoustic and did the more trad stuff. Likewise, same year, or was it last year, saw him in the Big Top at the Levellers Festival, the crazy big top at Beautiful Days, and he did more of his full-on folk rock thing with a low-slung electric guitar. Great eclectic taste in music, and it's been a tradition from about 2012 for the festival at Shrewsbury to be finished by what's known as the Folk Slam. You don't even know who's going to be in the crew. I don't know. That's what makes it difficult, really, to introduce this. Anyway, you might be amazed, surprised, and they might be too, to see who's going to be in the lineup for this. It's Jim Moray, a lot of friends, and let's hope they're all still friends at the end of it. Thanks for listening.
Hello everybody, it's Jim Murray here. I hope you're enjoying the virtual Shrewsbury Folk Festival and you're not too sad not to be in the field in person. I have come out to the park to try and simulate the festival feel. It's not quite the same, but nonetheless, I see no reason why we shouldn't have a folk slam here. Home slam, let's go with home slam. As you'll know if you're a regular attendee of the festival, the folk slam always closes stage 2. And this year I called up some friends to see if we could put something together for you, and this is what we came up with. Hope you enjoy it.
Sleep on, beloved, sleep and take thy rest. Lay thy head upon thy Saviour's breast. We love thee well, but Jesus loves thee best. Good night, good night, good night. Until the shadows from this earth are cast, until he gathers in his sheaves at last, until the twilight gloom is overpast. Good night, good night, good night. Until made beautiful by love divine, thou in the likeness of the Lord shall shine, and he may bring that golden crown of thine. Good night, good night, good night. Until we meet again before the throne, clothed in the spotless robes he gives his own, until we know as we have known. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night.
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell my bag. I went looking for a place to hide. When I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side, I said, hey Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, no, I gotta go, but my friend can't stay around. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and the load right on me.
Go down, Miss Moses, there's nothing you can say. It's just old Luke, and Luke's waiting on the judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, what about young Anna Lee? He said, do me a favor, son, won't you stay and keep Anna Lee company? Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and the load right on me.
Crazy Chester followed me, and he caught me in the fog. He said, I will fix your act if you take Jack, my dog. I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know I'm a peaceful man. He said, that's okay, boy, won't you feed him when you can? Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, the load right on me. Catch a cannonball now to take me down the line. Take me down. My bag is sinking low, and I do believe it's time. So get back to Miss Fanny, you know she's the only one who sent me here with her regards for everyone. Take a load off Fanny, take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, put the load right on me. Right on me.
There we go. So thank you so much to Chris Weil and Julie Matthews, and Stephen Fearing and Benji Kirkpatrick, and Sam Carter and Stu Proven and Jackie Oates. And thank you from me as well to Joe Cunningham and Joy Lamont and Sandra Surtees for organising all of this. I really hope that we can be together next year. So until then, see you soon from me and the Greenbank Park Heron, who is there. Bye.